Federal Housing Finance Agency will allow applicants to use a VantageScore credit score for mortgages sold to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That decision, the aim is to increase competition in the credit score market and expand access to mortgages. Joining me to discuss what this news means for would-be homebuyers is Silvio Tavares, VantageScore CEO and president. Obviously, it's good news for you guys, Silvio, so congratulations to you on this front. But this is a big change. The so-called FICO score has been sort of the benchmark within the mortgage market for a long time. So how VantageScore scores folks different from that traditional method?
Well, thank you, Julie, and great to be on with you. The simple answer to your question is VantageScore includes many more consumers, about 33 million more consumers. And about a third of that group are actually going to have a VantageScore 620 or and above, which means that many more consumers for the first time are going to have the opportunity to have a Fannie or Freddie Mac backed mortgage. It's a huge, huge change. It's going to include more people that have been left behind. And it's a benefit not just for competition, but also for many American home buyers who are going to get their first chance to own a home.
Silvio, there are always a lot of tips that people like to offer how to boost your credit score. If they're looking specifically through the VantageScore lens, how would they go about doing that?
Well, one of the big differences with VantageScore, one of the reasons why it's more modern and why the FHFA has approved it, and we thank Director Pulte for making this decisive decision yesterday. One of the things that's different about us is we include alternative data. If you ask the average American, hey, if I pay my rent on time for 10 years, does that boost my credit score? Most consumers would think the answer is yes, but for our competitor score, the answer is no. For VantageScore, we include that rental data. It's obvious that that actually is a big indicator of credit worthiness. And as a result, many consumers are going to have a higher VantageScore and actually have a credit score for the first time by doing things like reporting their rental data to their credit score. We're the only major national score that does that. We were the first to do it. We also use very innovative new analytics techniques, and we're the first credit score to do that. So that's really what's behind the FHFA's decision. It's a big, big move for the industry and a big positive move in the right direction at a time when, quite frankly, it's very difficult to buy a home.
Indeed it is, because of where we see interest rates and the affordability crisis, Silvio. So put some numbers on it for me. How many people overall, and maybe underbanked people specifically, may be in a position to become home buyers as a result of this?
Well, we estimate that of the 33 million in total that VantageScore provides a credit score that don't have a credit score with our competitor, approximately 4.9 million of that group would be mortgage eligible. These are consumers with a VantageScore of 620 or above. 620 is basically the minimum number that you need to qualify for a mortgage. And if you think about 1.83 adults in the typical household between ages 25 and 65, that adds up to $1 trillion in incremental mortgages in the United States. So this is a big, big deal. And while we are very pleased about the FHFA's decision that was taken pursuant to the 2018 Credit Score Competition Act, we're very pleased about this for VantageScore and its owners. Really, we're even more happy for the millions of forgotten Americans that are actually credit worthy and are going to get their first chance at a mortgage. Owning a home is a really key pathway to economic prosperity in America. It's a core part of the American dream, and we are just really excited to be a small contribution to enabling more people to get access to a mortgage and own their own first home.
Silvio, just quickly, this rule change, if I understand it correctly, it does still give leeway for the FICO score to be used. It's more that it gives a choice, right? So how then will that choice be made, and what gives you the confidence that VantageScore is the score that's going to be used?
Well, that confidence comes from the fact that in every segment where we've been able to compete, we have typically become the number 1 or 2 credit score provider. It's not well known, but over 3,700 banks, fintechs, credit unions, and government agencies use the VantageScore today. The only reason why until yesterday VantageScore was not used in mortgages because of an unintended monopoly that was given to our competitor. That monopoly has now been demolished, and that means we're going to be able to compete because VantageScore's score is more inclusive and is also much more modern and much more advanced and more predictive.